So if in the past you created one sales presentation that targeted one kind of customer and one kind of use case, and that's it, because maybe your team took a month creating this presentation so that it could be almost perfect. Right now with AI, it's like you can create X number of presentations, maybe 20, decide which one you like the most, and then tell the AI with the proper instructions, like, okay, this is a presentation I like. Now create for these 20 different use cases and for these different 20 industries and so on. And then everything is done automatically and you have 20 or 50 presentations in one day instead of in 50 months at the fraction of the cost. So everything is so scalable right now. And also kind of my thinking around this is that you need to choose the tools that allow you to scale this way.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Reframe First. I'm Oleksij, I'm the host of the podcast. Let me welcome our today's guest, Sergio Khoury from Ordering Plus, co-founder and CEO at Finitless. And hi Sergio, it's great having you here.
Yes, thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Awesome. We investigated about ordering and it was like, wow, you open the product page and you see Domino's, KFC, Starbucks, Burger King, and all other big networks that are using your product. So basically ordering is specialist in online ordering for websites, apps, and other platforms. So if I understand it right, it's both like food chain networks, it's marketplaces, and so on and so forth. So it's all in one online ordering and delivery platform with kind of zero middleman in the loops. If you want to have your Uber Eats like for yourself with no middleman, you can kind of have it in 24 hours. Like, is it right? Like, could you tell us more what you're building at Ordering and what the product is about?
Yes, of course. So Ordering.co was born as a marketplace solution. And then eventually we started serving more and more companies. We started to have more and more features. So it was already attractive to franchises. I think it was back in 2018 when we started working with big franchises. And from there, like, there are a lot of requirements that big franchises, big companies have, like having very good scalability with the system, security, a lot of like millions of API calls per hour and so on. So it was kind of a few rough years until we stabilized like the whole platform. Right now it's like fully scalable, processing millions of orders per month. So it's great. The thing I like the most about ordering is that it's open and it can be connected to actually any system.
Okay.
So that way we see ourselves kind of like a headless commerce solution, so that franchises can have like a great starting point. It can be connected to other systems, and then more and more things can be built on top of our platform.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what makes you so unique that like a giant like, I don't know, Burger King wants to use platform?
I think one of the main ideas is the companies we already work with and that it's already enterprise ready. So it's like a plug and play solution where in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you can have your system perfectly connected to all the systems that you have. And we are not like other companies where they say like, I just have this out of the box solution. I will not customize it. And if you want, we will put it in our roadmap and then it's going to take years to develop. We're a startup still with that kind of mentality. So if someone comes and they require something special, we will prioritize. We will provide a quote for that and we can implement. So it's kind of the energy behind the company. Of course, the team that we have. Very capable team. We have been working together for many, many years now. And now we are evolving to becoming this new company around AI. So it's not just about the AI solutions that we are building with finitless.com. We are actually going to launch kind of like a sister company very soon, a sister company to ordering.co, which is all about vibe coding. So it's like you're going to have your own marketplace solution, full source code that you can connect to Cloud Code or Codex or Lovable, Replit, whatever platform you want to use. And then it's perfectly optimized so that it can operate with these coding agents. So if you want to build things on top, it's like one prompt away. And what makes us unique for that is that Lovable, it's kind of like a Wix solution where you have not a perfectly done platform for e-commerce, but with our platform is optimized for local commerce, not only e-commerce. So it's kind of the niche of the niche. So it makes total sense for us to have like agentic flows for this specialized platform and allow entrepreneurs to grow, allow franchises to connect anything, to build futures by themselves. Even like marketing teams could connect to Cloud Code and build futures. So that's kind of the idea behind that.
Wow, that's something new. And do you think like the infrastructure is ready for that? So do you think it will be like easy for marketing guy from and for some franchise to come over and like build some feature or build some dashboard for himself?
Yes, definitely. I think that's the trend. I will personally start giving weekly calls showing how to code to anyone so that they can actually learn like how they will be able to connect Cloud Code, Codex to our platform and then prompt it in a way that the system understands, which it's plain English or Spanish or whatever language you speak or any customer speaks. So that's great. I think I've been playing with it myself and it's really, really great. And one of the breakthroughs there is that we need to think how AI agents are thinking and plugging the agents to existing code bases, it's harder than our approach, which was create the products from the ground up, thinking about agentic coding in a way that AI agents can better understand the code without a lot of settings, without a lot of like configurations, because there was a time where you needed to build everything on the settings side so that it was easier somehow for the users to go to an admin area, then change all these settings, and then the front end should respond according to those settings. But not anymore. So right now, it's better for the AI agent to have, I don't know, React or Next.js or whatever code you prefer, as lean as possible, as clean as you can, without only this if from the settings. So that way the AI agent codes better and it's faster. Also, the tokens don't run out as fast and the job gets done in a better way.
Yeah. If you, when kind of like, if coming back to the ordering, like what does it take for you to like land the customer and what will it you like with the new infrastructure that you're building, like what's the difference there?
Do you mean, just so that I can understand properly the question, do you mean what happens after they sign up? So
yeah, after they sign up and you need to like land them in your system, so you need to like roll out the whole product for them. So I guess at ordering is like one process, and with what you're building at Finitless, it will be quite different process.
Yes. So for ordering, the way we do it, it's mostly white glove, meaning that the sales process, it's very personal. We jump into phone calls, we explain the product, which is like very, very big. It has thousands of features. We tried self-service in the past, but it has so many things that you need to explain in a call to the users what we have. You need to understand the actual problems that they want to solve to see if we are the right fit for them, explain them how they need to set up the platform so that they can solve their problems. Otherwise, it was like pretty hard for them to go in, try to set up everything. There are like many things to set up, and then they abandon the process and think that it's a hard platform. Of course, it's hard if you don't know how to use it. But if you implement like workflow like we did, where it's more personal, you have the sales call to understand the problems. Then after they buy, you have actual money back guarantee. So if in the end it seems that it's not the perfect platform for them, we give 100% money back, no questions asked. Even if they decide to not do their project, we can give the money back. And then we have the onboarding call. We present our project managers or a support team so that they can actually know who they will be working with. And our team helps them with the actual process to create the apps, upload and put them to the App Store, to Google Play. So it's not like you buy a platform and then it's everything done. With marketplaces, there are a lot of steps. You need sometimes to even create your Apple account. So our team guides them on how to do that. It's normal to get rejections when you are uploading an app. So our team helps them write the explanation so that they can be actually accepted by Apple and Google. So it's a lot of experience that if you are new, if you are an entrepreneur new to these technologies or new to even Apple or Google policies, it's harder. I'm not saying it cannot be learned. Of course, it can be learned. But if you have an experienced team behind that, that's going to help you. I think that's better.
And how will the new approach help it? Or will it like finitless approach help this onboarding process?
Yes. So for Finitless, it's two kind of customers. At first, the vision for Finitless is it's so much bigger. We are basically building AI agents that replace boring human work. That's kind of the mission. So what's one of the most boring jobs I think happens right now, and it's in every country in the world, it's phone calls. Still, 1 of 3 orders are via phone, even in developed countries in Europe, US, Canada. There are still between 25 or 35% of phone calls placing orders. So that's kind of the first use case that we are automating with Finitless. We are starting with WhatsApp ordering agents for taking orders. It can be used for restaurants, hotels, for room service, and any other product that you would like to sell. It's also a really nice use case. It's for creators. Maybe you are selling a book, you are selling courses, or whatever. You can go sign up for Finitless, then create your products and train a little bit the AI agent. We, of course, help in that process so that it understands exactly what your customer is asking. It can sell automatically. You can even pay with credit card and receive the payments, and you receive the orders automatically into Finitless. So it's a really nice process, the one that we are building. And of course, for phone calls, like I explained the chat use case, we have WhatsApp, but we also have web chat, which I believe it's going to be as big as WhatsApp, because WhatsApp it's very big in many countries, but not all of them. But you can already click on any social network and go directly to a website and then communicate with an AI agent optimized to sell your products or to know your company and orient and help the customer. So that's kind of the idea behind the web chat. And because we control the interface, it can be more dynamic than just messages with WhatsApp. So we can add additional images somewhere in the interface, browse the menu and see many other things that you cannot do with a simple chat to chat interface. And going back a little bit to the voice agents, for that, we are launching, I think, in March 2026 or April 2026. So I mentioned the dates because I don't know whoever is going to see this, maybe it's already May and it's already launched. But the way we are doing that, it's again starting with restaurants. To process phone orders, we connect directly to the point of sale systems. So their orders are injected automatically. And the process of sign up, it's also very easy. A restaurant can go to our website. They will be asked to connect the point of sale system. We extract the menu, and then you can start playing with the AI, basically, and start getting the orders directly into your point of sale system.
Like, aren't you afraid that, like, not you afraid, like, people are still afraid of AI, and AI adoption is not so high, and not so afraid as resistant, because AI will take my job, whatever. But on the other hand, like, founders want and stakeholders want efficiency, they push towards AI. How does it work with? How will it work with your product? Because, like, as you say, you need to get in and start working with an agent. Start using an AI agent, which is something new. It's not ChatGPT. It's a AI agent which you need to deal with to write code, and your marketing guy, or I don't know, restaurant manager. Do you see any kind of resistance there? And like, what's the trend there? What do you think in terms of AI adoption?
I think that, and of course, it's a very, very large topic, and there are many, many answers for this. There's no one right answer. I think there are just theories or theses around it. But the way we are approaching it is that I don't know any human that actually enjoys taking phone calls. So that's kind of the use cases that we want to replace first. I don't know what will happen in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. Maybe we are going to start replacing even some use cases where it was actually work that it was already enjoyed by humans. But for now, we are focusing on replacing boring human work so that humans can actually do other things that they enjoy. So, for example, if there's a chef or if there are a lot of persons in a restaurant, the least enjoyable work they have is taking the phone calls. They can be doing other things around the restaurant that it's not taking the phone calls. So I think that's a pretty nice use case. Even like if you walk into a restaurant and you see the people that are taking the phone calls and telling you to wait, and you are actually physically there and they are not helping you, that's more frustrating. So it's kind of imagining these use cases where humans can actually do more creative work or other kind of work that they will enjoy most.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, so you found the pain point and you're like penetrating these businesses like through that pain point.
Yes.
And then on top of that, like, you can chat with the agent and build your own dashboard or whatever. And yeah, awesome. And how much do you think like such kind of automation can like help, can save in terms of?
Yes, there are two approaches there. One of them is actually recovering sales that are already lost, because even if you have people answering phone calls, you will lose sales because you cannot take each and every order by phone. There are rush hours, maybe there are busy phone lines. The person that's answering the phone needs to go to the bathroom and take breaks and so on and so forth. You are already, the restaurants are already missing phone calls that can be recovered with AI. So that's one of the pain points. The other one is the actual substitution of 100% of the phone calls. So I think that it will depend on the restaurants. Some of them will want complete automation up front. Some of them will want only to recover these lost sales. Those kind are the ways that we are approaching this problem.
Yeah, it makes sense. And like with regards, like the more I'm talking with people, like it depends who is on which side of AI. And like people are saying like AI cannot replace the human touch, the human in the loop. And like while was chatting with you, like I was thinking like sometimes I'm going to restaurants in a hurry, I give them a call, tell them I'll be there in 15 minutes, please cook me the dinner because I'm in. And this is kind of human touch approach, which how can it be handled with an AI agent?
Yes, definitely. It's really helpful in that kind of use case that you mentioned. when you're in a hurry, you maybe just want to send a voice message or a quick phone call or just a quick chat message, and then your order is going to be prepared and ready as soon as you arrive.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've discussed a lot some of AI trends. What else do you see that's changing in the industry? Stepping back, you're working with quite a lot of big clients in industry nowadays. It's like big franchises.
Mhm.
What is this changing like, and how do they adapt to the change? Like over the last, like, I don't know, a year or 2 years, like age of AI for sure. Is there anything else?
Yes, I think also the support part can be handled very good by AI already. And there are a lot of companies working on support agents. So I think that's one of the easiest things that can be automated with AI. I would think that big companies, they all want to do something with AI, but they don't really know what to do. And they also don't have the people that knows how to go to ChatGPT and create agents, or create agents like in LangChain or whatever platform they choose to create AI agents. So I think more and more companies are going to be emerging that are focusing on specific use cases, so that it will be similar to software. The software replaced the specialized software, replaced like the general software like spreadsheets and Word documents and so on. So I think the same is going to happen with AI agents, where you have these general platforms that allow you to create agents that they are really nice platforms, even 11 Labs, Cloud, ChatGPT, and Salesforce. Like there are so many, right? But they want to handle like a general use case where someone can learn how to create the agents, and then there you go. You can have like the fully agent connected to all these different systems. But that takes time. That takes skills, that takes knowledge, and so on. But I think, and I'm sorry, just going back to the idea, is a lot of companies are going to be creating these kind of solutions where you go, sign up, connect your systems, especially for certain use case, and then it's done. You are done and you are set.
So,
What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I absolutely like. First of all, like over the last 2-3 years, I see that like a lot of products emerge that like solving one specific pain. So like it probably started with like SERP API for instance, when you can like use the API to search Google, because Google doesn't let it. So, and it's solving one simple pain, but it's like piece of the puzzle, and a lot of such software is emerging so that you can build, and as soon as it does become agent ready, so all of a sudden you have a lot of software as a service instruments around, like the cloud, that can be used by your agent as a tool. So this is like this kind of agentic approach. But in terms of what you said, like about specific niches, so I see where you're going. So like you are trying to conquer your own niche that you have with ordering.com, but you want to like evolve it into the future with agentic approaches, with all this kind of stuff. If I understand it right.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of the idea. And when you start in a company, you know this also as entrepreneurs, it's just like you need to keep moving, and then time will tell what to build next, what to focus on. And it's very interesting because you cannot see like the whole picture of what's going to happen in 2-3 years. You just need to keep moving. And now every week, every month, it's like a year from 2010, 2011, and so on, because it's moving so fast now, so fast.
It's really rapid, and like the kudos to you, because like you are like way ahead from what I understand. Because like I had to wrap my head around like the idea of like that marketing guy can go on and like have a copy of your of your software and build some feature. It was like what? But in the end, I understand where you're going. So you're solving one specific pain, but giving them the instrument to build on top of that. So that's really awesome. So yeah, Yes, you just need to keep moving because like the world is evolving really fast nowadays.
Yes, and we all have like 12 months. Like every time it's like you are 12 months away of either winning or losing, and you need to move fast.
Yeah, well, what's about time pressure? You are moving fast, but the time should be pressing. Where do you want to be like in 6 months? What's the plan? Like what's the pressure there? You definitely feel the pressure because from what I see, like you're moving really fast.
We are trying. We are moving as fast as we can. The idea for this is that we are optimizing the company and removing all the past mistakes that we did, because we have been in this business for over 12 years now. I think maybe even longer. I've been an entrepreneur for almost 18 years now, actually 20 years now. So everything I've learned of how not to do things, which is a lot, so many mistakes, I'm kind of trying and thinking every week, like, okay, what do I need to do to avoid the same mistakes again? And that's the way I'm operating now. Also, kind of creating a list of the things I enjoy doing the most so that I can optimize the company for the process, not for the end goal, because this is like a road that I enjoy, and it's going to take years of building, of continuing to work on this. And it's not like my work will end and I will retire in 1 year. It's like I want to continue working because I enjoy that. So now I'm optimizing more towards the process and not only the end goal. And what I mean for this, and there are so many things, I'm trying to think what to start explaining first, but one of them is the tools that we are deciding to use, or the workflows that we are deciding to optimize, so that it's not only doing things that cannot scale. We already did that a lot and it didn't scale. We actually need to think differently now, because now things are actually scalable with AI, not only on quantity but on quality. So if in the past you created one sales presentation that targeted one kind of customer and one kind of use case, and that's it, because maybe your team took a month creating this presentation so that it could be almost perfect. Right now with AI, it's like you can create X number of presentations, maybe 20, decide which one you like the most, and then tell the AI with the proper instructions, like, okay, this is a presentation I like. Now create for these 20 different use cases and for these different 20 industries and so on. And then everything is done automatically and you have 20 or 50 presentations in one day instead of in 50 months at the fraction of the cost. So everything is so scalable right now. And also kind of my thinking around this is that you need to choose the tools that allow you to scale this way. So
Yes.
for example, we chose HubSpot as the CRM because they have a really, really nice API. A lot of things can be built on top of HubSpot. We developed an internal sales tool so that it can be used by me or by any salesperson in my company, or even distributors or reselling partners that we are getting, so that we can have a standard sales process. And that was not so easy to do in the past. Right now, it's like very, very nicely in-house app that we did, perfectly connected to HubSpot. When you click create quote, everything is synced around all the platforms. So going back to the idea that I was explaining is you need to choose the tools that allow you to scale in an agentic way. And that's kind of the thinking also around my companies, Finitless and Ordering, so that we can build the tools that can also be connected to these AI agents so that companies can scale by having some sort of pre-done work with our platform and then just add things on top so that they can move.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. That's also what we do at our company. So it's yeah, we need to like automate all the processes and like streamline them through some tools so that like AI agents can like jump in at certain points and like help out. That way you just like scale out the team's capacity.
Yes.
If you could fix something like in what you're doing in the company, like one thing with like snap of your fingers, what would it be?
Getting everyone to use AI tools like perfectly. That would be my dream if I had a magic wand, because
Getting to use perfectly.
getting to use perfectly, yes. So I'm pushing a lot our team so that they can feel the commitment of using AI tools, because it's going to allow them to work faster and better. And I'm not thinking that they are going to lose their jobs. On the contrary, I want them to use them perfectly, but also to keep hiring more people so that every new hire can actually also use the AI tools that we are using internally. It can continue to scale. So right now, I would say that each one of our team members is doing the job that previously was done by at least 2 people. I think that we can scale that to 10 people. So every person will be like 10 persons. So that's like huge. Imagine what you can accomplish with a 50 people team that you couldn't a few years ago.
Especially since you reduce the amount of communication, which like takes time. It's like if one person can like handle work of like at least two, that you mentioned, or 5 people. So it's
Yes.
like one person is already a team, and you remove all the communication inside. It's
Definitely.
yeah, absolutely agree with you.
And adding to what you said, it's like every person, it's now like a manager of AI agents. And then you can give each person bigger projects that they can own and then that they can actually accomplish in record time, even if it's like, let's say in the past, it was very great to hear that you needed to hire someone that was a full stack engineer. So they could know backend and front end. But then as your company grows, you find that you need backend engineers, and then you need front end engineers, and then you need security engineers and this and that. But right now with AI, it's like you can have the front end engineer that with agentic work can create the backend, can fix the security, can also architect like the idea or the vision or draft ideas of how the product should evolve. It's not it's not like 5 years ago. And if we want to keep growing in this market now, we need to evolve and think as 2026 companies and not as before.
Yeah, absolutely. How big of a team do you have working at Fin?
Right now, we are 15 people.
Okay.
I think that the team may grow to maybe to 30 or 50 in the next 12 months. But before, I had 60 people working in the company. Then we needed to reduce the team because we realized that we didn't have all the processes in place. So even though we had 60 people, it was like 50% of the time lost managing people and not actually doing the job. And then we decided to decrease the amount of persons so that we can structure the processes properly and then grow with that in a more organized way.
So are you already like having sales? So are you having like real customers, or you're still building it as a startup?
So for Finitless, we have already a few clients.
Awesome.
For ordering.co, we have hundreds of clients.
Yeah.
And thousands of locations. So even though maybe one client has, I don't know, 500 locations or another has 2,000 locations and so on. But with Finitless, the way we are trying to do it is with two grow strategies. One will be product led and the other one sales led. So for bigger companies, we can sell one by one, but for smaller ones, they will be able to sign up, test the tools and set up the agents and then start getting orders automatically. So that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I had like a side question regarding like ordering. Like there is a lot there are a lot of mentions of marketplaces because I thought it's like more of franchises, big franchises, but
Uh-huh.
it's also about marketplaces. I do not really see how it fits with marketplaces. Could you like tell me more? Because like marketplaces is like chicken and egg. So like there are two customers in a marketplace.
Yes, yes. So for marketplaces, we focus on creating the solution so anyone can actually start their own version of Uber Eats or DoorDash.
Yeah.
Most of them decide to do that in their cities or maybe smaller countries or even a niche like flowers or wine delivery or just pizzas or I don't know, like everyone has an idea. But also, what we realized with startups and entrepreneurs and marketplaces is that most of them have unique ideas and they need custom development for that. And then when you start adding up the costs of starting an actual business for the marketplace, it's very high.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the reasoning behind creating Vibe orders or the ordering version that will allow Vibe coding so that anyone can continue to add things on top of the platform. And going back to the question of the chicken and egg problem, there are a lot of strategies for marketplaces to avoid this problem.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is like you can start going to businesses and tell them like, hey, start with my platform. You will not be charged for, let's say, the first few months. Then you have this full marketplace with a lot of companies, and then you start doing some marketing. You can start with friends, family, and then you can strategize according to optimizing the volume of orders. I'm sorry again. Okay. So for example, focusing on getting customers that are companies and they have, I don't know, 1,000 employees, and then you go to that company and you tell them, hey, go and order to my marketplace. I can sell you credit upfront. You will be saving so much credit because we are not charging commissions. Uber Eats and DoorDash take at least 30% commission from the restaurants. So a lot of restaurants decided, like, okay, I'm not going to cut my margins, so I'm going to transfer this cost to the user. So if you go to Uber Eats as a customer, then you are already paying for a $25 order. You are paying sometimes $45 or $50 per order. So you lose a lot as a customer. The strategy I said about how to tackle the chicken and egg problem is just one, but I mean, there are a lot of strategies.
Yeah, for sure. There are. What do you think is like currently the biggest challenge standing on your way in what you're doing with Finitless? Because you're trying to move really fast, conquer the market.
Yes, distribution.
Distribution.
Yes, because everyone listens about or is having some kind of perspective around AI, but it's impossible to know all the tools. Like I don't know if you feel it. I feel it like every week. I feel that I'm missing out this. I have this fear, this constant fear of not having the right tools that will allow me to continue scaling as fast as I want. And then you go to Product Hunt and you see yesterday's tools and you see like maybe 20 or 50 of them, and 50% of those tools are really, really good, really nice, that could really help your business, that you could implement if you had the time, but you don't have the time to implement like 20 different tools every day. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges, getting this distribution so that restaurants can actually know that we exist and that they signing up and using Finitless, it's very easy, and then it's going to save a lot of work, a lot of hours, and it's going to recover sales and so on. If I could reduce it, it would be this distribution.
So it means that like the market will be so much flooded with these tools that like restaurants will be missing your tool.
Yes, like right now, I think it's very hard. You see so much noise. Also, and I mentioned like the nice side where you find 50% of the tools that are really nice, but also if you don't search good enough, then maybe you are checking out 500 tools and just 10 of them work. So eventually you say like, I'm not going to take any tool because all of them are not worth it. So for a restaurant to see our product and then to actually go to the website and create the account and start trying it out, I think that will be the hardest part, because there are so many things right now, so many startups, so many tools.
Do you think this noise is temporary, or is it permanent from now on? Because like the ability to create noise just opens.
Yes.
Like a lot of people are jumping in because it's kind of opportunity. So and as a result, we have like the market flooded with this noise.
That's a really good question. So I do see a trend where more and more people are becoming entrepreneurs, because it's so much easier now to start, not to run the company at scale. Those are things that you need to learn. And that's okay. I mean, nobody knows everything. I'm still learning every day. I'm sure you are still learning every day. So I'm sure even Elon Musk and Sam Altman are still learning every day. So it's not something that can be avoided, but this fear of starting, it's reduced to prompting. So
Yes.
that's great for the economy, for startups, for entrepreneurs. Because right now you can imagine something and then build it in a day or two, at least the smaller version. And before it took months, maybe 6 months to get something to work and go show that to investors. So
that's like the 50K prototype or like MVP niche is basically that, because you can prototype in a few days by yourself with the prompt.
yes.
And I know like a lot of service companies were living of that niche. You know, they were finding customers for 50 to 100K who were raising some seed money or pre-seed money to build some prototype. It's not needed anymore. You just build some course or whatever, and you build it yourself.
In a couple $100 and that's it.
Yeah, for the tokens.
Yeah. And going back to your question, I think that this is going to continue for at least a few years, maybe 3 to 5 years. And only God knows what's going to happen after 5 years. I'm not sure how many things are going to be already automated and how many startups are still required in the tech world. After that, I'm not sure. I think that humans will need a lot of things to do for entertainment, like physical entertainment, because the work week, maybe it's going to be reduced to 4 days per week, or maybe 3 days per week, or maybe instead of 8 hours per day, it's going to be a 4-day work day. I'm not sure. So people need to be entertained somehow in the physical world, or at least in the digital world with TV, Netflix, or social networks. But people will need entertainment. Hopefully, it's more in the physical world. What do you think, Oleg?
I don't know. Like before being entertained, they need to earn money for being entertained. Yeah, to pay for the entertainment.
Yeah.
It's like this is kind of revolution of the level of, in my understanding, of an industrial revolution, and you need to just like a lot of powerful tools are emerging, and to learn to use these tools, because like goods will be produced, but they will be produced at a lower cost, at a bigger scale, and so on. It's the same that happened during industrial revolution, and people like who do not get used to these new tools will lose, and this one who will adapt them, adapt to using these tools, will win. So it's shifting the job market, and that's why people first need to find their niche in that job market.
Yes.
Before being entertained, otherwise.
Yes, definitely. I agree.
I absolutely agree with you that like it's not about reducing the number of people in the company. It's about producing way more in your company. Like it's
definitely
extending the capability of your company. So people will be needed, but they should become more capable
of producing
something, some value.
So it's going to be very interesting, because if you go back 30 years from now, the speed of advancement has been evolving like every 10 years, maybe. Like first with the internet, then with apps, then now with AI, but it's like multiplied. So if this was done in the last 20 years, 30 years, what's going to be in the next 30 years? Like next that, what can be 10x the things we've seen in the last 30 years? Maybe really going to space and like having longer lives. I don't know.
So, and what's your biggest bets about the future? Because right now you're all into agentic approaches. So, from what I hear, you do believe in that. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a smart choice, probably. What else are you betting on in your business decisions?
That's a really good question. Automating as much as we can, standardizing the way we work so that a new hire can start getting the job done in the same day it's hired. Besides agentic AI, I mean, things we are not doing and will, of course, not be touching, but I really like is everything that companies are doing around energy and how they can produce better energy so that the demand for AI can be satisfied. So that's, I would say that's the biggest problem in the world right now. Because you can hit the bottleneck with energy faster than with AI now, I think.
It will just slow down the evolvement of AI.
A little bit until AI solves that also. So they can put like AI to work on energy problems and then it's going to be solved.
Awesome.
I'm sure they are already working like that, but eventually they will figure it out.
Awesome. Well, it was quite an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Really appreciate you coming over. Is
Thank
there
you so
anything
much.
you would like to add on top of that?
I would like to hear also about your take on that. This last question that you asked me about the future besides agentic and what are you doing in your business? What's your take on that?
Frankly, we are doing the same. Like my take is like agentic automation and efficiency becoming more not efficiency. Efficiency is the wrong word. Efficiency is about saving costs. It's about productivity, increasing the productivity.
Yes.
It's
Nice.
I think it's a race right now, and the one who is faster and who is better in getting more efficient, in getting more productive, and who is better in adapting new approaches and adapting to the new world and adopting new tools.
I like that.
He should win, and that's a race, and you need to be fast, you need to like work and to learn a lot. The amount of like knowledge I gained over last like 2 years is probably it's more than over last 10 or 20 years, so it's
I
like
agree.
it's enormous. So you just continuously like soak in something new. Like for instance, we had our like product in like travel niche, which not like which was like inspirational stuff, and we were living off like Google traffic. So the traffic died off like 2 years ago after Google started fighting with. So we kind of wrapped the product and put it aside. And now that like I'm having this podcast, I'm seeing like, okay, I could have done this, I could have done that, And I'm opening ChatGPT and just like asking like, what's next? How can we do it? Now I think like about
Yes.
maybe we should reincarnate the product because I'm seeing new approaches. Like we had the product for 10 years. I did not see these approaches. Now, like in few weeks, I see that like, okay, probably we should like, and this is the amount of learning I'm coming through, and like it's happening every day. So it's enormous. So, and yeah, my understanding, the one who is faster, he will win.
That's great. I like that. Definitely. I
It's
completely agree.
completely similar to what you do. So you just need to move fast. We cannot predict the future, but we need to adapt to what's happening right now.
And the great thing about already having these companies, like you have your company for 10 years.
50.
We also do 15.
Yeah.
So that's great because like all the boring work that needed to be done so that you could have your platform at the level that you have it right now. It's all the work that other companies maybe they are not going to take as much as we took because of the tools right now, but they are still going to take a lot of months or years to build something even similar to what we have.
Yeah.
So that's your main advantage, because now you can simply evolve, like relaunch certain products, but connecting to your same platform with APIs or whatever. And then you will have many new startups inside your company. And then whichever gets more traction, then you focus on that one more, and you need to bet more. That's what we are doing. We are placing our bets. We are working towards that, and then we're going to choose the winners, and from there we go.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So yeah, that's what you do. It less on top of ordering.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks a lot for this discussion.
Thank you so much.
Really
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did enjoy it too. Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.